Hello and welcome everybody to the Overwatch All-Stars Brawl number 5, presented by Star Esports. Today we're going to be presenting a double elimination tournament dedicated to our Overwatch Tier 3 community. Today we're going to be witnessing Shattered Dreams take on Kryix Esports in match 13 of the losers bracket. For your casting entertainment, I'm going to be Sir Waltham, and I'm joined once again by Kongman21. Kongman, how are we feeling today?
I got a sore throat, but I'm still looking forward to casting. I'm excited to see Kryix Esports play once again since we saw him last week going up against Shattered Dream.
Yeah, again, Kryix and Shattered both in this losers bracket, both going to be looking to hold their own here, both looking for that valuable third place spot where the prizes are actually on the line here. This is a match with actual implications for these teams. They're going to be walking away with a little bit of pocket change. They can manage to win this one. That being said, Kongman, any feelings about these teams? How you want to give us kind of a rundown of what happened last week?
Well, I mean, especially looking at Kryix Esports, last week seeing them take a loss against Citizens was kind of disappointing, but now they're running it back. They defeated the Star Esports resident team, no use for a name. And Shattered Dreams, I haven't seen them play that much, but I know quite a few people on this roster, so I think this is going to be a really good matchup tonight.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to be looking forward to it. Going to be starting off on Oasis for the first couple of rounds. Well, the first round, but I'm sure we're going to be seeing multiple sub maps within there. So be sure to have some fun inside of the possibly university, inside the gazebo area as well. We might even get to see a little bit of traffic action, Kong. You know, we were talking about it, I believe, last time we were casting, and I love the potential of somebody getting hit by cars. I just love it.
Yeah, in real life, you don't want to see someone get hit by cars, but especially in Overwatch, it's just so satisfying to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We are just waiting on these teams to give us the ready. We do have them in lobby, just hanging out. We're going to be making sure that all their profiles are set. Everything is online and ready to go. And while we do have this moment, folks, don't forget, as per usual, we have our MVP vote live in the Twitch chat. So be sure and cast your vote for your favorite player. And we'll be sure to have him in here for a little bit of an interview after the game is over, said, and done. And if you're feeling extra generous, you might like to follow us on those social medias. I'm talking Discord, I'm talking Twitch, I'm talking Twitter. We even have a YouTube now. I don't know if you guys have heard of that website. It's pretty awesome, pretty poggers, as we say in the Twitch community. So be sure and check it out if you want to catch any of our past matches, see how these teams got to the place where they are today. Isn't that right, Cogman?
Yeah, that is 100% correct. And just even going back to YouTube, you get to, see the point of view once again. I don't really know where I'm going with this other than, get a nice VOD review for the team.
Yeah, that's something that as we get towards these back ends, these last few games of Brawl number 5, we're going to be seeing the teams kind of really do their research. There's definitely a pool of footage to pull from as we kind of look historically throughout this month. Definitely going to be very exciting as we move along here, no doubt.
Exactly, and honestly, since we're down to our final top 3 teams, I mean, I could really see anyone taking this whole tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be close. And with that, we can take a little bit of a moment to kind of go over the runnings that have gotten the teams here. Kryix Esports had a fairly long run in the main bracket, eventually falling to Citizens, who, I don't think there's any shame in that loss. They've done pretty well in the bottom bracket here so far, so I think that they're on a very decent pace nonetheless. However, if we look at the other side, if we look at Shattered Dreams, they've kind of been a staple here in the lower bracket ever since the first round of lower brackets. They've just been 3-0, 3-1 throughout the rest of this set. They've been looking really good here, Kongman. So there's kind of this interesting dynamic, at least for me personally, like the new entry into the losers bracket versus, someone who this is their environment. They've lived here, they've thrived here so far.
Yeah, looking at Shattered Dreams, how they lost to the Star Esports resident team, no use for a name, getting knocked into the losers bracket, then getting a free win from a forfeit, and then beating Castaways 3-0, Electric Warriors 3-0, Stray 3-1. I'm pretty sure they're glad that Kryix beat Star Esports' main team, because I feel like now they're going to go into this saying, well, we don't have to worry about losing to them again, so we have a new chance, new team we haven't played yet, and we should get a win out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the mentality that these players are going to be having going into this match might very well be crucial. These losers brackets games can tend to be a little bit high stakes, as we do talk about that potential risk of being eliminated, at the flick of a switch. So we are just getting ready. And while we're talking about mental, while we have a little bit of time here, Con, we were hanging out in lobby a little bit. I gotta say, OP from Kryix might be one of the most wholesome players I've seen in this tournament for a long time.
Yeah, anytime I just join the lobby and OP's in it, he's just like, yo, it's Kong, man, it's pretty good to see you. I mean, but if I had to pick, Kryix has OP as probably the most wholesome person on their team. If I had to pick someone for Shattered, I'd probably have to say it's Ginja, just because I know he interacts with the community quite a bit.
Yeah, we love seeing it. Community interactions, kind of what we're all about. Thus, the constant plugs of hitting us up on the Discord, on the Twitter, on the Twitch, etc. But it looks like we are just waiting on the last few teams to go ahead and hit that ready button. It looks like Kryix getting a few things settled before we get moving into Oasis here. And Kongman, if I'm gonna have you pull a random guess out, what do you think our first starting map's gonna be?
Taking a wild guess based on other statistics or me actually just playing Oasis, I'm going to take a wild guess, I'm going to say City.
Ooh, City Center. I'm certainly optimistic if we can start off with that one, get some nice car hits coming in. But as we get the game loaded up and the players in, it looks like, in fact, it is going to be City Center. Very, very good guess there, Kongman. I'm seeing a little bit of the psychic come out in you. Therefore, I want to pick your brains as to what you think we might see here moving forward.
Well, I mean, kind of knowing some of the different things, we saw Kryix kind of play some weird off-meta stuff last season, so I can't 100% predict what they're going to play, and not knowing too much about Shattered Dreams besides certain players and what they like to play in the ladder, we could really see anything come out here.
Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to it. Something that is kind of new to this brawl that we haven't seen in the last couple is we've seen a lot of D.Va, I feel, just because those boosters have become so valuable. The ability to eat ultimates and basically pull their value from an entire fight. I would not be surprised if we saw that coming more into mainstay, and even if we saw it kind of make an appearance here on City Center. Overall, again, we got to talk about that high ground on City Center, a very good position for these teams to play in as well.
Yeah, the problem is with high ground, especially on City Center, is D.Va is really good, and you can even use D.Va to help get around the roads just in case you need to get back to point even faster to help dodge the card.
Yeah, certainly an option here, and in just a few seconds we will be seeing what these teams roll out with as the gates open up and the point becomes active in just 30 seconds. That being said, what do we see here, Kong?
Well, it looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of Ryan D.Va here, and basically, honestly, now that I'm looking at it, it's kind of a mirror match.
Yeah, absolutely, and these teams are not going to be hesitant about getting right into the brawl. Vanguard going to be taking an early freeze, and Maywall getting them separated from the rest of the team, getting them demeched early on. Spike quick to close the smash, but Demented taking a big pin from Jinja here. And with that, numbers are even, but not necessarily the utility. That Lucio might cause a little bit of positioning, lack of positioning mobility, but it doesn't seem to be bothering too much as the team is already on point. And with that, a pin coming in from Spike gets frozen up in the midst of it, or at least slowed down a little bit in the midst of it, doesn't find any value. This point still being contested. Both teams have had time to come back to point. And another freeze, this time on to Jinja. Not gonna again be closed upon. The nano boost going on to Spike. A big Earth Shatter gonna be landing on the 260 and Q-Tip as well. And with that, it looks like it's all gonna go in favor of the side of Kryix. But a return shatter from Jinja, not gonna be enough to pull this point back, at least the first cap.
Yeah, it looks like the Ginja looked like he thought he had a big shatter there, but the Maywall coming out from Ryan basically just kind of really helped shut that down. I mean, sure, they did lose their Lucio, but since he's already a respawn, he'll be back to point in, 2.7 seconds.
A very quick return to the point from that Lucio. As we look to see the side of Shattered Dreams getting regathered, looks like they're favoring a left-hand rotation here. Going to be taking an indoor pathing, perhaps trying to avoid some of those sightlines from that higher ground we were talking about a little bit earlier. And they are going to be taking presence of it. Jinja taking a first step onto the point. That D.Va trying to get onto the gazebo, knock anybody who might be up there off. Not going to be finding too much of it, however, as that Reinhardt held by Spike continues to just give his DPS that positioning, that ability to take those angles. And right now, the side of Shattered Dreams do not want this to happen. They want to get this point flipped over. The longer they take on this fight, the more time, the more percentage they give it up. And Wisp going to be popping the Deadeye, finding Q-Tip off the back of it. And in return, 60 going to be popping that high noon. Not finding anything with it in favor of the side of Shattered Dreams, but will instead be cleaned up by Op on that D.Va. Vanguard taking out Spike as well, but it doesn't look like this is necessarily going to be it for the side of Shattered Dreams as Jinja falls. And it looks like the rest of their team has to be very careful or else their fate will be the same.
Yeah, Kryix Esports is not playing super aggressive like Shattered Dreams is expecting them to, especially if they watched their last match a week ago whenever they did actually play super aggressive. This is a weird playstyle that Kryix is bringing out, and Shattered Dreams just isn't sure what to do with it.
Well, the change-up certainly seem to be working for them. Are they going to be favoring? It looks like they will be favoring a more direct route onto the point once again. Not going onto that elevator to contest that high ground. Nano boost coming out onto the McCree. 60 going to be boosted, trying to just do some damage onto those high ground targets. Doesn't seem to find too much. Then the return nano boost going to come out onto Spike. The Diva, or the May Blizzard rather, going to be coming out, freezing both the tanks. Vanguard cleaning up with a Diva Bomb in kind. Up, trying to find the Diva Bomb value in return. Not going to find it. Instead, the cleanup will come through for the side of Shattered Dreams. They're finally going to get a point.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams honestly just kind of walked in there and threw all the, pretty much basically, as a lot of people like say, through the kitchen sink. And Kryix was just like, we'll just take the reset here, not waste any ults, because now if you look at the ult economy, it's currently a 3-to-1 ult economy in favor of Kryix.
Yeah, they are going to be having a little bit of the bank to play with here. Did invest that nano, did invest the Diva Bomb, but other than that, they're going to be looking a little bit favorable. And now we're seeing the tables have kind of turned with Shattered Dreams taking this high ground, but Kryix instead opting to go for the interior route that the now defending team didn't instead opt for. And the point's going to flip over rather immediately. A little bit of a misplay perhaps coming in from Shattered Dreams, unless they're anticipating to take this once again. You hate to not be in that situation, but that being said, Wisp going to be taking a sleep dart that McCree out of the battle. Means those angles can be a little bit more liberal. The high noon coming in from 60, can't find anything. The sound barrier coming in from both sides, Q-Tip and Demented. Ryan Mazing not able to be covered by that sound barrier as they get taken down by that high noon in the midst. Spike getting mauled down by the Hammer and Vanguard, pummeling them. And with this, it looks like Shattered Dreams will be able to regain control.
It was a very interesting play there. I don't know if that was an actual strategy or a miscommunication to just forfeit the point, but I mean, hey, they got the point back and they're just getting more percentage.
They certainly did, and the percentage will continue to tick up, almost hitting 50% now for the side of Shattered Dreams, who did a little bit of a good job maintaining their ults. They drained a few even out of the opposing side. And now Kryix once again taking this interior route, not opting to change anything up. A big stun grenade going out from the side of 60, going to be catching 3. Demented getting a little bit low, but going to be kept alive. And once again, the point already going fast in favor of Kryix. This time, however, it looks like Shattered Dreams quick to respond. Alexio getting a big anti-nade, a double kill off the back of it. And it looks like they're going to continue to hold. Now we're seeing Shattered Dreams in 4.
Yeah, especially with Alexio getting that huge 2-man on a nade, like, Shattered Dreams has just really turned this around, and I don't think Kryix is really looking forward to taking this next fight.
Yeah, and this next fight will have to be a crucial one for Kryix, as there's not much time left on the clock for them. About 15 seconds left as this timer continues to tick down. Once again, we're going to see this interior pathing, this elevator side pathing, rather, all going up on the elevator, but the Diva Bomb coming out from Vanguard puts the team in an uncomfortable position. In fact, going to be taking out Demented up. Getting demeched is crucial for the high noon coming in from Wisp, taking out 3. Vanguard trying to contest on the Diva. Not going to be finding too much. The solo shatter coming in from Jinja, going to be taking down Ryan Mazing, and it's just Wolf left on the point to contest. The McCree on the high ground trying to find something, can't find anything. Demented going to be getting the demech on the Diva, the kill on to the Reinhardt. But with that, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Shattered Dreams has the manpower right now. We're going to be seeing the Tracer come in. Swaps coming in wholesale from both teams. Dash and Jinja both going to be switching onto the Tracer and Wrecking Ball. With this, we're hearing another high noon come online. Spike going to be throwing it out there, getting up, getting Spike burned down on that Wrecking Ball. Ryan Mason getting hit with a stun grenade, but not going to be focused down. 60 not quite able to land the shot quick enough, but Dash cleaning up the other DPS counterpart in Wisp on that Doomfist. The kills are coming in here, and it's just such good stall, but it's not going to be enough coming in from the side of Kryix as Shattered Dreams takes first point.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams just really turned it around. I think they actually realized what the issue was in their team communications and their game plan, and I'm glad to see that they were finally able to turn that around.
Yeah, a good recovery overall. And goodness, Kong, if we saw some aggressive play there, I'm anxious to see what University is going to be bringing us, as it will be our next map.
Yeah, I know Genja personally has a very aggressive playstyle, and I know his team has to sometimes reel him back in, so I'm ready to see just how aggressive Genja's going to get here.
Yeah, as well, those Reinhardts can really just get enabled for it, so I gotta agree. Gonna be looking forward to it. Gates opening in about 3 seconds. Gonna be seeing what's coming out here, Kong.
Well, once again, it looks like we're going to be seeing the Ryan Diva, which, as you said, the Diva is going to be pretty popular. You know, just do another quick look. Mirror match once again. Just what we'd like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit of fundamentals. Which team can play the comp better? looks like both teams kind of doing some long rotations. However, the longer rotation seems to be coming from the side of Kryix, who kind of go over to the side of Shattered Dreams spawn. Going to be taking a full wraparound, and Shattered Dreams on this high ground, not sure how they're going to approach it. The Maywall coming through, Jinja getting a big pin onto Wisp, Spike as well getting focused down, and anti-nade coming in from the side of Wolf, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Alexio doing some kills of their own, with Amazing looking to be maybe the one person who can contest this point out for as long as possible. And with that, just getting juggled around, bopped off of point, and with that, first contest going over to Shatter.
Yeah, like I said, there's the aggressiveness that Genja likes to play, especially just doing that blind Rhine charge in and somehow actually getting the charged pin kill onto Wisp is pretty nice, actually.
Yeah, a crucial pin in that situation, and a good opening for the attacking team in that spot. With this, no changes coming out yet. Well, I take that back. We're actually going to be seeing Wolf come out on the Moira. 60 taking down Wisp rather early, though. The tank's getting hit with an anti-nade means no healing available to them, regardless of whether they have a Moira or an Ana. And the freeze on the Spike, a very rough position, but luckily it's going to be OP there with the DB Matrix to keep them up. And right now the team looking very staggered. Spike cut off in a little side room, focused down by Vanguard. And with this, it's not looking great for this attack on Kryix.
Yeah, unfortunately, the amazing Maywall coming out from Dash to really help separate that team gave Shattered Dreams the edge over Kryix Esports in that fight.
Yeah, you certainly have to think so. And it seems like the side of Kryix going to have to get a little bit stable here. They're going to have to mellow out, get regrouped, and just go again. A Fire Strike coming in from Jinja. Going to be taking a little bit of damage, but nothing that Wolf can't heal up. And with this, the Reinhardt's both focusing around this point. And 60 popping that high noon on the high ground, trying to find something. Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find anything before that timer ticks down. Again, we're seeing the big rotations come in from Kryix, but they haven't really gotten too aggressive with it. I know they're just playing around the Maywall coming in to block off the big Earth Shadow, trying to come in from Jinja, but not going to land. Instead, will be blocked by Spike, but it doesn't matter. As the Blizzard comes in, the tanks do enough of the clean up. Vanguard and Jinja both going to be coming in, swinging and shooting for the fences and finding their value.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be seeing a big stagger. Well, never mind. There goes the stagger advantage that Shattered Dreams would have had on O. But hey, coming up to 95%, we're going to see like maybe half a fight if we're lucky.
Yeah, it's already a very disadvantageous spot for the side of Kryix. They're going to have a few people rushing onto point. Spike taken out rather early in this fight. Wisp taken out. 60, however, gets followed up quickly on in the return. The Coalescence going to be coming out against Jinja. Focus down has that Reinhardt nano boost. Wolf trying to burn them down with the laser beams, not going to be finding it. However, Amazing focused down by Vanguard. Sound Barrier from Demented will get 4, but OP burned down and taken away from that Diva, or from that Sound Barrier as quickly. Diva Bomb going out, doesn't quite find anything. And with this, it looks like once again it's just going to try to be a tempted stall coming through from Kryix, but with the Earth Shatter landing onto the Diva and the Wrecking Ball, it looks like they are not long for this world. The Tracer and Baby Diva trying to make it last, not going to be long.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams has really noticed that OP is honestly kind of the carry for Kryix Esports, especially on the control maps, because Diva is just so strong in this meta at the moment, because you can counter the High Noon, you can counter the Rhine Fire Strike, you can even counter the Mei ult, and just focusing that out really gives Shattered Dreams the advantage.
Yeah, we are seeing some pretty good plays come through here. Some solid performance coming out of Kryix early on. Didn't happen to carry that performance through, however. And overall, you kind of hate to see it, but they're going to get the opportunity to go again. It's only 1-0 after all.
Yeah, it is only 1-0, so now Kryix Esports has the advantage here to pick a map choice that Shattered Dreams might not be very good at. And I don't want to do a caster's curse here, but you know, hoping we'll see a 2CP map. We didn't see one last week, and it is my favorite map type to cast.
Yeah, I certainly think that a change of pace might be good for Kryix if they find something that you were mentioning a little bit earlier, that Jinja can get kind of aggressive on that main tank role. If they could find a map that kind of allows for capitalization upon that, I think 2CP a very good option. If we're able to get a Rhine just a little bit ahead of the choke, then May can absolutely punish that. A good option, I think, for Kryix. I'm always going to be rooting for Watchpoint Gibraltar, though.
Yeah, you and your Watchpoint Gibraltar, but of course I'm always going to be chanting for Hanamura. And of course right now we are going to the banning of the map phase. What do you think is Shattered Dreams is going to ban?
I don't know. This is kind of difficult for me to say, I believe. It looks like I mean, if we're talking about tanks that like to get aggressive, then I don't know whether Gibraltar being a dive map is advantageous or disadvantageous for Shattered Dreams. Either way, it seems like they're going to be leaning towards disadvantageous and they're going to be banning Gibraltar. So overall, I don't necessarily disagree. I think if Jinja can swing big with that Reinhardt, if they can, get some good knockarounds with the ball, at last minute, I certainly got to say lean on that a little bit more.
Yeah, and I have to say, I feel like Shattered Dreams is kind of pandering to me, since I did state last week that I really hate playing on Gibraltar. And I must say, I'm pretty glad that they banned Gibraltar. I mean, no hate towards you, man, but, screw Gibraltar.
Oh, hey, trust me, I get it. I'm a fan of all the unpopular ones. Horizon, Lunar Colony, Gibraltar. You name it as a disliked pick, I'm probably there for it. That being said, it looks like the map pick coming out from Kryix is going to be to King's Row. So I take it back to a little bit more of a classical map here, Colin.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting since Kryix decided to pick King's Row, knowing that Genja is super aggressive, and especially since King's Row is played so much, and a lot of teams like to go super aggressive on this map, especially since you can get so many staggers so quickly on this map if you're on the defensive side.
Certainly have to agree. It is a peculiar pick. Now, Kongman, I want to ask you before we get going here, do you think this is purely an aggression issue, or do you think there's a little bit of a mechanical outplay also coming in from the side of Shatter?
I mean, I can't fully pinpoint one exact thing because you could say it could be communication, but of course we don't have the liberty to listen like the Overwatch League does. It could be like a mechanical skill, like just say for example, Genja probably could have shattered a little bit better on University, but went into a Rhine shield, could easily be fixable. I mean, you can't really just pinpoint one problematic thing because it could honestly be anything.
Certainly couldn't agree more. For those of you just tuning in, we are watching Shattered Dreams versus Kryix Esports. Shattered Dreams going to be up by 1. And with that, we're going to be taking it to King's Row here. Shattered Dreams going to be on the defense to start. How about we have a little bit of time? If you're just joining us, be sure and hit that follow button. I do believe our chat goes into followers only mode after the first map or 2. That being said, as well, be sure to give us a follow on Twitter. We also have a Discord link in the Twitch chat below. And if you like participating in the actual games, the interaction with chat and casters particularly, you can be sure to vote for that MVP. Let us know who you think is popping off. We'll have them in chat, be able to hear a few words from anybody you think is making some crucial plays here today. But 5 seconds before those doors open up for King's Row, Kong, I'm hyped.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped too, and especially now that the doors are open and we can see these team comps, I'd like to point out that we got Shattered Dreams running a Brig on defense here. This is a very interesting pick coming out.
Yeah, this is certainly not a drill. Q-Tip going to be going with the Shield Maiden herself, and might be finding a little bit more value with the whip shot, as they do have the Diva Matrix instead of another Ori shield or what have you. A big anti-nade coming in from the side of Alexio. Realized Spike shield was going to go down, immediately collapsed on that, and that was a strong defensive start for the side of Shattered Dreams. Still in the midst of this fight, but with OP taking a little bit of a nap on point, it looks like it's going to go in favor. Q-Tip spotting out this baby Diva. They're going to try to do as much stagger as they can onto her. Bless OP soul.
Yeah, and this staggering is exactly what I mean. Kinjum, we're just going to say that was a tactical mischarge.
Yeah, just to bobble the Diva away from spawn a little bit, perhaps. And it looks like, despite the lack of a Diva, Kryix going to be lining up to get a second attack in here already. The Diva coming in with the help of a Lucio. And now Kryix ready to take their second fight. A minute down off the clock already, however. Jinja already 75% to that Earth Shatter, swinging big. Wolf taking down Dash, a good opportunity here that May. Not going to be able to change the map, modify the terrain. Coalescence as well coming in. The anti-nade going on to Wisp 60. Quick to clean it up as well. The first tick comes through for the attacking team Kryix. This is what they needed. The Maywall as well going to separate Jinja, but the nano boost there to keep them healthy, wealthy, and wise as well. Swinging for the fence, a Brig pack on them as well. The Earth Shatter coming out doesn't seem to land on anything, as that May does go into her ice form. Not going to stop 60 from putting a few rounds in from the Peacekeeper, and with that, just one tick given over to Kryix.
Yeah, and here we go again with yet another baby Diva stagger. It's got to be rough being a Diva main. Oh, Genja going for the far charge. Oh, he doesn't feel her. He doesn't kill her. She's just chilling in the bar.
That is... Can babies go into bars? Is that legal in London?
Oh, well, I'm not quite sure what the legal drink is. Oh, and she gets slapped again.
But the May Blizzard going on to point for the defense spells that this fight was over either way. up in
here we go again.
terrible spot, trying to avoid damage. Not quite sure why at this point. This baby's getting bullied. I'm not a fan. Had the mech up, not even gonna remech it though.
But I have to say that has to be the longest diva stagger I have seen in my entire Overwatch career. Like, OP, like, I'm sorry, man. I feel really bad for you after watching that.
Yeah, certainly certainly a little bit of an underdog story coming in from the baby diva that will not be realized this time around. Instead, it looks like Kryix going to be opting for a hotel method, a hotel pathing coming in. Demented taking out 60 rather early is a good opportunity, but we've seen Kryix have these opportunities before. They really need to make it count. Wisp going to be getting hit with an Antonite as they go into the high noon. It will be Vanguard there to block a lot of that damage. The Blizzard coming onto point from the attack, preventing a lot of space from being taken by the defense. An anti-nade now coming this time from the side of Wolf, Jinja, and Dash, unable to get healed up. Alexio quickly to be followed up on, and with this, the defense is crumbling. It looks like Kryix might have a chance here.
Yeah, OP especially getting 2 kills and the mech kill. He's really trying to send a message to Shadow Dreams saying, how dare you stagger me, so I'm going to stagger the rest of your dreams.
Yeah, that's got to feel so cathartic if you are that little baby diva, or at least you were that baby diva. Now you got a big full mech.
Big mechs, you know, they help win games.
Yeah, big mechs right checks, as we say in the, I guess in the mech wrestling league. But with that charge trying to come out from Spike off the Mei wall, not gonna find it though. The nano boost even going onto them. Wisp popping to High Noon, finding 3. A great evening for High Noons here, even getting D-Neck onto Vanguard. And with this, it looks like the side of the attack, Kryix is not gonna have any problem getting through this one archway choke.
Yeah, unfortunately, whenever you're on the defense and you're playing your Vanguard playing that baby diva, you just try and stall carpet. That's just an easy way to get killed. So unfortunately, if you're on defense and you're baby diva, it's a little hard to get staggered.
Yeah, Vanguard not going to be taking the OP curse of this round quite yet. And with this, we can now see the defense having to saddle up for the first time in what feels like a while, having to get up to this, what I would call a final point. Both members of both DPS are getting brought dangerously low from a Rhine charge, or a Rhine fire strike rather, but going to be healed back up. The Earth Shatter coming in, landing on 3 from Jinja. Diva Bomb to follow up from both sides. Not going to be finding much, but Vanguards certainly will. The pin from Jinja claiming Spike's life, and this man is not stopping, nor is his team, as the cart goes under Shattered Dreams protection.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams getting a big shatter coming out from Genja to really help turn that fight around, and especially the Diva Bomb from Vanguard picking off both supports really just kind of won them the fight, and now Kryix has to regroup and find a new way to attack this cart.
Yeah, Kryix not going to be working with a lot of ults in the bank either. Shattered Dreams having 3 on the board, and Rymazing the closest at about 90% for Kryix. And with that, an early kill onto Alexio. We know how crucial those on anti-nades can be, so there's no opening for that as well. No nano boost up. Going to be closing that kill rather effectively. But it looks like the defense is going to be getting rather aggressive off the back of Q-Tip's rally. And they take the bait. They get sectioned off by a Mei wall. The Mei Blizzard coming in, going to be sectioning them off even worse. Vanguard even taking a nap on a Mei wall. Mei wall's being so crucial in this fight. And Vanguard, the last one to get onto point, going to be taking a nano boost to keep themselves up just a little bit more. Spike trying to get some damage down, not going to be landing, going for the pin, just juggles the Diva around. The swings coming in. They really want to get Vanguard off the point. That has been a bugbear this entire Streets phase.
Yeah, that was a really interesting rotation coming out there, especially forcing Shattered Dreams to be on the offense trying to attack this payload, and rather than instead of just sitting on the payload and letting them come to them.
Certainly, and we're going to be seeing Wisp take out Dash rather early. A little bit surprising, not sure if there was just a late stagger. The anti-nade going to be going on to Demented, but that Lucio able to maneuver out of the way, not put themselves in too much of a threat of being damaged. Spike taking a little bit of quite a forward position, if I have to say so. Mei wall going out onto the cart, not sure if that's going to provide any sight lines. May have just been a misplay as it's torn down rather immediately. The High Noon coming in from the side of 60. The Mei wall giving them a boost to get that high ground, taking down Spike, taking down Op. And with that, the defense looked like they're claiming it back just a little bit. It's going to be Vanguard knocking Wisp off with those Diva boosters. Vanguard coming back with a vengeance, despite being one of the last to die last fight.
Yeah, and OP was one of the first ones to jump off the map. He doesn't want another baby Diva curse coming his way.
Yeah, certainly I don't think anybody does, but a good opportunity for Kryix to build up a few ultimates here, as we see a little bit of poke coming in from Rymazing, trying to get a few icicles into those big hitboxes of the tanks. And early on, Spike taking a rotation on to this corner, gets hit by almost a sleep dart, but does get landed onto by the anti-nade. No healing coming in from the Reinhardt. Then McCree nano boost coming in the Mei, giving him a boost, but the Diva Matrix there to respond. A double shatter coming in. Rymazing and Wisp both taken down. No DPS threat for the offense. Wisp taken down by Vanguard. Wolf dangerously low, has to play very carefully here. Can't take too much damage. The Mei Blizzard coming in from the behind the wall of Rymazing. Not going to be freezing anybody, but a little bit of zoning from the cart. And now a nano boost on to 60 might help this defense clutch out as much as they need. 60 taking a little bit of a nap, though. Not going to be able to fully capitalize upon it. Dash going to be taken down up out of mech, and this is going to be it, folks. It looks like the countdown will start, and this has to be the last fight. 60 claiming 2 off the back of that Deadeye, though, is definitely not what the side of Kryix wanted. 60 going on a cleaning spree here, and with that, it looks like Kryix will make it no further.
Yeah, getting 43.61 of the third area was actually pretty good from Kryix Esports. I mean, sure, they didn't fully cap it, but I mean, hey, that's really good, especially after the long baby diva stagger of the very first point.
Yeah, I certainly don't disagree with that. Op was able to, it seems like the hubris of Shadow Dreams, or rather, caused them to like taunt Op just a little bit, and that gave the opening for Kryix. It seems like Shadow Dreams kind of tripped over themselves in that situation, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, one thing I noticed was that whenever Genja got slept on during that last fight was Demented tried to go for the boop, but unfortunately, due to the new Reinhardt buff called Steadfast, you don't really get booped that much as Lucio anymore, which is, you know, a little saddening to see, so you can't get the nice sleep boops off the map.
Yeah, it should be noted, you can still get booped as Lucio, you can't get booped as Reinhardt. And overall, yeah, I have to agree. That Ryan being difficult to juggle certainly makes things a lot more harder for the Brazilian DJ. Have to make a point here, though. Spike, I've been seeing some interesting pins, interesting charges try to come out of this player. It just doesn't seem like they're connected. Not sure if Shattered Dreams is just a little too quick on the heels to turn away, maybe bait the wrong direction into Spike, or if Spike isn't being enabled by his team. Either way, I think it's showing a bit of the aggressionness, the hard-headedness that's trying to come out of Kryix. Looks like they might need to take a little bit different of an approach, or at least reevaluate the approach they're taking.
Yeah, what it feels like Spike is doing is honestly he's seeing how aggressive Genja is, so he's trying to copy that aggression, so that way the teams just kind of clash at each other. You know, they're just trying to pull an old GOATS format.
Certainly can't blame them for going with what worked. It just might not succeed this time around. Remember, folks, as we go into the second round, vote for who you think is popping off in the MVP vote as well. That being said, we're going to be seeing now the side of Shattered Dreams take aggressively to the streets of Kings Row. Not the streets phase, just the streets. And a pin coming in, both Reinhardts landing on each other. Spike and Jinja both going to be trickled on by the Mei. Wisp, however, going to be taken down Jinja, then soon to fall by 60, their counterpart. Their opponent, I might say, Alexio, with this Ana trying to get so much value, but cleaned up, rotated a bit far from the rest of their team. And with that, it looks like the defense is going to hold after taking just a few licks.
Yeah, and unfortunately, although you say that the defense is able to hold, it appears that Shattered Dreams is already back because, fun fact, Kings Row has the closest spawn to first point advantage in the entire game, as a matter of fact.
Fair point. Kryix going to be looking to regroup and get back in there without giving up the entire point. A little bit of a sleep dart going on to Rymazing, but will be woken up by a little bit of Diva Pellets or Mei Frost, it seems. Alexio getting another big anti-nade onto Wisp and Rymazing, unable to be kept alive by Wolf. Now we're going to be seeing Spike take the nano boost, and it seems like they're going to swing for the fence. Alexio taking a big hammer and icicle to the face. Rymazing following up with the Reinhardt as DPS show.
Yeah, Spike just getting the nano, becoming the big burly German man that everyone knows and loves. You know, just running at you is really scary. And it looks like Shattered Dreams is just like, nope, we're just going to take the reset on this one. Go next fight.
Yeah, everybody knows and loves or comes to fear. A pin coming in from Jinja, but this time another spike coming in, another pin coming in from Spike. Leaves their team a little bit abandoned too, getting Shattered, Demented, and Wisp going to be taking the fall, and that one Wisp, of course, not able to use the Deadeye. And with this, it looks like Kryix not going to be able to contest this even.
Yeah, Genja got a huge shatter and then immediately got slipped by Wolf. So you know what they say, take a big shatter, take a nap, win the fight.
Yeah, certainly a good philosophy to have. Work hard, nap hard as it goes. Kart's going to be making progress here, however, and Shattered Dreams seem to have a wealth of ultimates. However, not to be unmatched by Kryix.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams, the Genja being the only one missing his ult, but if you're Reinhardt and you have the aggression that Genja does, you're going to build that ult extremely fast.
Certainly couldn't agree more. The sound barrier coming out from Demented will catch everybody but Wisp, not quite there to keep them up. The Maywall trying to come in from the offense, separate everybody, keep them up for just a little bit longer. This offensive spawn can be so favorable. The Maybells are coming out onto point. It looks like the defense got a bit too ham-fisted with it. And we're seeing Up try to keep their Ana alive, using those thrusters to just keep them nudged outside of the range of those deadly DPS. And Up's going to suffer for their sacrifice. Not going to be using that D.Va self-destruct. Probably the wisest option.
Yeah, and exactly like what I was saying about Reinhardt getting the fastest ult charge. Ginja already at 90%, not even after 30 seconds has passed. And that was even with him dying and immediately coming right back to the point.
Yeah, something to be said about swinging through multiple players just builds up so much ult charge. And trying to get a little bit more with a couple of these fire strikes. Not going to be finding anything, however, as the cart continues to move for Shattered Dreams through this phase. Ginja going to be taking a nano boost coming in from Alexio, who's taking a little bit of an across the alleyway angle. It looks like it's a very dangerous position for this Ana player, but they will be rotating, alternating around, but Demented going to be chasing them down. The Earth Shatter coming in from Ginja. The cleanup potentially coming through here, not quite, as Ginja gets swung on by Spike. Up, throwing the D.Va bomb in there. We'll be catching Vanguard in baby form, and with that, it looks like it's the defense's turn to hold.
Yeah, Ginja getting a nice Earth Shatter through the card, because since this payload doesn't actually touch the ground, you can actually shatter through the card. And it was also kind of a little entertaining watching Vanguard realize you need to reset, and being a baby D.Va, just giving that nice bomb is a nice big hug there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to take the losses where you can get them. In some cases, some big losses can turn into minor wins. You gotta look at the bright sides. With that, the side of Shattered Dreams will be looking for the bright side of this next attack. No ultimates to speak of, mostly from either side. High Noon and Earth Shatter notwithstanding. We're going to be seeing the side of Shattered Dreams go in through Distillery, going in through Boiler Room, as it's sometimes called, trying to take this high ground, trying to leverage any angles they can. But right now, we're seeing the side of Kryix play so conservatively, trying to rotate any angle they can, put themselves in between the cart and the attackers. And they've kind of switched sides here now. We're seeing 60 drop that High Noon, but a well-timed Maywall coming in from Ryan Mazing will keep it up. Not able to find anything. And a big Earth Shatter coming in onto both the tanks, Vanguard and Ginja, both taking a little bit of a nap. And with that, Ryan Mazing going to be free to drop that May Blizzard. It's going to be Vanguard once again on point, trying to stall out. Wisp taking a nap after trying so hard to DPS their little hearts out. We'll find Alexio in the end, however.
Yeah, the payload is in such a weird spot right now. Shattered Dreams is trying to figure out what the best attack strategy is right now, but Kryix is just ready for whatever they throw at them. And especially now that Kryix has both High Noon and B. I believe that they're still going to hold this next fight.
Now we are looking at the last couple of fights moving forward, and Vanguard going to be throwing a bomb in there, looking to see if they can get it. They get double! Both the supports coming in off the side for Shattered Dreams. And with that, you gotta be feeling like Shattered Dreams has some momentum here, especially as Ginja just swings through.
Well, you know what they say, commentators curse. I said Kryix is easily going to hold this one. Vanguard just yeets a bomb out, gets 2 kills on both supports, and that goes into favor of Shattered Dreams.
Yeah, Vanguard thinking about changing the name to Poco for just a moment before they hop back onto Cart, carrying it through. The question here is, will there be any opportunity for Kryix to contest Maywall coming through? It doesn't look like they will. Instead, they're going to back off and try to hold a more optimal position.
Yeah, and unfortunately having to forfeit the point there. They do only have 43.61 meters to go with 2 minutes on the clock. Shattered Dreams, this is going to be a pretty easy push here. Granted, they can get another big D.Va bomb that Vanguard had once again.
Yeah, Ginja going to be taking the nano boost from Alexio before Alexio drops, but Ginja not able to do too much with it. Will be backing up slowly as the team gets regrouped. You can see the May kind of creeping around Dash, looking like they're going to be opting to regroup instead of going for a clever Blizzard toss as the teams get headed right back into each other. Ryan Mason, the only one hit by the Earth Shatter. The Return Shatter coming in, once again, only Vanguard to be hit by it, but it's going to be Spike frozen up in the Blizzard, and with that, Shattered Dreams continues their push, continues to move the cart, and continues their way to victory.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams with just under 20 meters to go. Kryix is trying to get a fast respawn, and they know they're going to have to throw some people at the cart if they want any chance to bring this fight back into their favor.
They certainly will. OP going to be taking a fall into the pits as they get DMEC'd right over it, it seems. Spike going in for the charge, trying to get to point just as fast as possible. Demented cleaned up by Alexio. This support certainly has not been slouching. The High Noon not going to be enough as we see Shattered Dreams take the second map here at King's Row.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate of a very last fight with that C9 coming out from Kryix Esports. OP was on his way back with a bomb. Unfortunately, the Mei did get booped and was unable to return to the point, which gave Shattered Dreams the advantage they needed.
Yeah, it's a game of inches here sometimes, and Shattered Dreams were looking quite good. And, you know, obviously we saw them carry through, but I think we saw a little bit of a better shade coming in from Kryix. To kind of parody that, I'm not sure that their Rhine was as restrained as before. I'm not sure if there's correlation or there's a different reason, but I think Kryix at least getting a few more points than we saw in Control.
Yeah, so with Shattered Dreams up 2-0 now, they're going to get another map ban choice, which honestly could be anything at this point. They're probably going to ban probably another payload since they did ban Gibraltar, and then Kryix will have to pick a map. I mean, hey, maybe we'll get to see a 2CP for once in this tournament, whenever I'm nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Trying to really rely on that caster's luck here. We're going to see what Shattered Dreams elects to ban. First off, we know that Gibraltar's taken out of the map phase. We're not going to be seeing any hybrid. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Control. I don't want to do it to Yukong. It's just the gut feeling I got right now. So we got at least a 50-50 chance, but well, a 66% chance between the two of us to get it right. That being said, we are still waiting for Shattered Dreams to ban their maps. And folks, with Shattered Dreams being up 2-0, there is potential that this is our last map here moving forward. So make sure, if you haven't already, get those MVP votes in as well. Follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and on YouTube. Always love seeing you guys.
Yeah, we love seeing you on all of our social media platforms. We love interacting with the community, and I mean, hey. Alright, so as we see here, Shattered Dreams is opting to ban Hanamura. Yeah, I think this is the part where I just retire because, you know, they ban Hanamura every week.
Well, unfortunately, these teams not going to be opting for Hanamura. Doesn't mean we won't see an Assault map. However, I believe Anubis is still in the map options here. If I have to take a little bit of a look at my notes, Volskaya as well. So some potential here. Not all is lost, Kong, certainly to say. It's just going to be on whatever Kryix Esports feel is the most favored map for them.
I mean, at least on the bright side, we can both say that Shattered Dreams did opt to ban both of our maps. Both of our favorite maps, as a matter of fact. So, I mean, you know, it's not like one person got singled out.
Yeah, absolutely. They're showing a little bit of equal disfavor, if I had to say. That being said, ready to get moving on, and we will be seeing the Assault map. It looks like Kryix going to be going into Volskaya. So interesting, very interesting. I don't think we've seen a whole lot of Volskaya this tournament. At least I haven't been fortunate enough to cast it.
Yeah, even in the last season of Open Division, Volskaya wasn't even picked that much. So it's going to be very interesting seeing Kryix opt to go onto the Volskaya here. So they might have a strategy that Shattered Dreams isn't expecting with this.
Now, the question here, Kong, is do you think that strategy involves a Mei?
I firmly believe it involves a sim TPing to the left and going straight to point.
I like it. We were talking a little bit about heroes, and I have an inkling as to why you might think that, or at least hope that. But you know, I'm always down for seeing any nutty, kooky plays that might come out from these teams. So I'm hoping we're going to see a little bit of a twist onto what we normally see in the normal Hanamura, Anubis, Assault map type here as we move towards Volskaya. Shattered Dream's going to be electing to pick a side. Gotta anticipate that they're going to be opting for defense.
Yeah, I mean, they might as well just keep it defense as they've been doing all night. And I mean, it seems to be working out for them pretty well so far.
Yeah, certainly can't argue with the results the 2-0 shows on the board. And certainly that's not purely because of defense, but, you know, defense probably easier to start off on than attack, I'd say.
Alright, and we just got the confirmation from Vanguard on the Shattered Dream side that they are going to be opting for the defense, so looks like they're just going to keep rolling with what they got at the moment.
Yeah, certainly can't disagree. No substitutions, no changes coming in from these teams. Going to be waiting for the side of Shattered Dreams to get ready, and it looks like they will be giving us the go-ahead to launch this map. As we get moving on to Volskaya, Shattered Dreams on defense, Kryix on the offense. Here we go, Kongman. Potentially our last game of this match. How do you think it's going to go?
I mean, honestly, this could be anyone's game. I mean, we haven't really seen a lot of 2CP, especially in this tournament alone. I know that it was a beneficial thing to cast one on my very first casting session back with Porzek, but I mean, they kind of had two whenever they got forced into a map 5. I mean, I'm just glad to see more 2CP again.
Yeah, certainly a good feeling. And while it doesn't have the potential for Junkrat like Anubis does, one of my favorite niche heroes coming out in perhaps the most niche of situations, uh, it does bring back memories. Volskaya does bring back memories of, the old Sombra picks, the old building up that EMP as quick as possible. I'm 99.78% sure we're not going to see a Sombra on this map unless it's just for scouting, which even that I'm not putting my money on.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like, especially with 2CP, you can really see just about any hero here. You can have Hanzo just for a nice, like, way to shut down a certain way to attack. You could even run a Widow if you wanted to, but I mean, Mei is super popular right now. McCree is good, which just instantly locks a Pharah out of any composition. So,
Certainly.
yeah, I mean, just playing a McCree and a Mei just really locks a lot of opportunities out for any team. And now that the doors are opening, what are we going to see here, man?
It looks like we're going to be seeing a little bit of the familiar. However, once again, Wolf going to be opting for that Brig. This time on the attack, not going for the defensive Brig. And Kryix taking it quick to the inside. We're seeing now the defense of Shattered Dreams holding up on this little hut, with the exception of Alexio, who's in the window, making sure they can't get walked up on too quick and aren't too exposed, keeping their team nice and healed up. You gotta like that positioning if you're thinking about it. And it doesn't look like the rotation coming through from Kryix is a completely established D.Va going off by themselves, trying to just startle the team, jostle them a little bit. But oh no, the Mei wall coming in from the side of Dash. Gonna be sectioning off Spike, and with that, the charges coming out, gonna be giving them enough damage to focus down that Reinhardt. And with this, 2 members down already, it doesn't look great for the attack. 60 doing their best to clean up. Q-Tip booping off Rymazing. Rymazing probably would have taken the jump anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, that big Mei wall coming out from Dash himself, walling off, excuse me, Spike, really just kind of helped shut down that fight there, since all of Shattered Dreams was just able to collapse onto Spike and just instantly take that fight.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, as we look towards those ultimate charges, Alexio, the healer, coming in with the hugest amount of ult charge. Alexio getting almost pushed up on by the Brig and company, but Q-Tip there to pry them out of danger. And as we look, it seems to be that Kryix is taking another very long rotation. These can be very effective, but if you lose them, you're going to be losing a lot of time off the clock here, Con.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is very true to hear, and big shatter coming out from Ginja, and it just doesn't connect with anyone. This is very interesting, and looks like they're just going to take a resident here up on point.
Yeah, it really does. Op going to be getting the first of a few kills. The high noon from Wisp coming in just to clear things up. A Vanguard on point. Luckily, not going to be D.Va stalled as we saw so brutally on King's Row, but it does look like the point's going to at least get some progress going towards Kryix.
Yeah, Wisp, I honestly believe in Wisp's mind. He saw that 60 whiffed his high noon, and he's like, you know what? I can do one better. Here's my high noon.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of one-upsmanship, always appreciated in these competitive style games. Maybe not by the opponent, but by the crowd, certainly. And Kryix Esports, trying to get a little bit ahead here.
Yeah, Kryix Esports really kind of favoring the 2CP option here, and Shattered Dreams is honestly just trying to find an answer at this point.
Certainly seems like it. The Mei Blizzard coming in from Rymazing, pushing the front of the point. No, going to be capitalized upon as we do see the D.Va Bomb come out from Vanguard. This time the response from OP, going to be taking Vanguard back out of mech, but the Blizzard coming in, freezing down Spike, means a lot of staying power is gone for the attacking team. The sound barrier coming out from Q-Tip gets lifted up by the Mei, while unintentionally giving them a little bit more line of sight to the rest of their team, helping them get people healed that they might not have otherwise healed. Ginja going to be trying to go for the pin, instead focused down. And right now it is looking very optimistic for the side of Kryix. All they need to do is kill and kill quickly. But Dash coming in on that Doomfist can put forth a lot of damage if given the opportunity to second tick, already in favor of Kryix. Wisp taking down Q-Tip. Jinjin almost gets pinned by Spike, however not going to be found. Wolf taking them down with a shield bash and a couple of shots from the whip. Vanguard, the last one to be cleaned up. Maywall comes up, nothing to be done. Kryix, I'm going to be looking a little bit better.
Yeah, Kryix has really turned this around, and it was honestly really entertaining watching Wisp get that high noon, and the Lucio just try and find him, but unfortunately getting the nice flick shot and killing the Lucio was just so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, the Brig whip shot, when it hits somebody, it sounds good, it feels good, it's just a good ability in general. Well done with the sound and I guess animation design. But with that 3.5 minutes left on the clock for Kryix, Shattered Dreams now kind of in the unenviable spot of having to put up a pretty comparable time if they want to keep pace.
Yeah, the last time Shattered Dreams was at this much of a disadvantage was actually at the very start of the match on City Center. So maybe Shattered Dreams might be able to turn this around. But I mean, Kryix just showing a very dominant imposition on this map. And I feel like Kryix, this might be your map, dude.
Yeah, the battle will certainly not be over for Kryix just on Volskaya, unless they lose it, of course. But if they win here, they have to go on to win 2 more. So certainly the beginning of their trek is here alone. They're gonna have to keep pushing it through, keep maintaining that grit. But now it's gonna be Shattered Dreams' opportunity to put a stop and stomp out those dreams.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could also say they're looking to shatter out those dreams of Kryix Esports and punch their ticket into the top 3 against Citizens.
Yeah, certainly going to be looking for it. We'll see if they can achieve it here. Just a few more seconds before these gates open up. Remember, folks, get those bits in chat. Make sure those votes are being cast for the MVP. We love seeing it. Gates opening up, and looks like a little bit more of the same.
Yeah, of course, once again, we're going to be seeing Wolf bringing out the favorable Brig. And honestly, Brig on 2CP is kind of a forgotten about character. Brig is really powerful, especially in tight spaces such as this.
Yeah, a very crucial wall coming out from Rymazing, and then the counter wall from Dash helping to impede their own team. So really already a great defense coming in from the side of Kryix. On the plus side for Shattered Dreams, that fight didn't cost them much time.
Yeah, luckily that was only about 30 seconds taken off the clock. So Shattered Dreams, you know, kind of walking out, getting a feel for things. Might change up the hero roster. We'll take a look.
We'll certainly have to see if any changes are coming through. It does not appear to be the case as Shattered Dreams continues to march forward towards point.
Yeah, Kryix Esports taking the high ground position once again. Honestly, that little ledge there is just such a good place to sit.
Yeah, another Maywall coming in from Rymazing as well. Dash setting up for a Maywall of their own. 60 gonna be the first one taken down. Up, catching the pin. Not getting dropped for it though, and instead be trying to duel this Reinhardt Jinja. Gonna be focused and pulled away from their team as much as was needed. And with this, it looks like just enough will be held by the defense. They're gonna have to try to get Wisp back as quick as possible though.
Yeah, again, just saw that was the last fight and just immediately decided to nope himself out of there and just opted to just walk back to spawn.
Yeah, will be escorted by Demented on that Lucio, the McCree, to just get back a moment of faster. And we're seeing Shattered Dreams try to get rotated on the left side, the Maywall. Coming out, this time it's going to be the side of Kryix. Not able to have that high ground to get the optimal May placements that may cost him at least a tick or 2 here, if possible. However, this fight is breaking away and nobody seems to be relenting. The rally coming in from Wolf, trying to keep everybody armored up. 60 will be the first to fall. Spike apparently not getting the memo that everybody was supposed to be kept alive by that rally. Wisp trying to drop the high noon, not going to find anything. Rymazing then committing ults. The D-Mech onto the Diva or onto Vanguard. Dash on that May, gotta be the last to fall. Unfortunately for Vanguard, no more Diva stagger. The baby Diva and Lucio both gonna be gone by the end of this fight.
Yeah, that was actually really interesting, considering the fact that Ginja was able to shatter just about half a second earlier than Spike did, so he literally canceled out the entire ultimate that Spike had been building up this whole round.
If you're a Reinhardt, that's gotta feel satisfying, no doubt.
Alright, so coming in here with a minute 20 left, Shattered Dreams honestly looking for any answers they have here, so they're just gonna come out and just throw everything they have.
Yeah, and OP looking like they're trying to bully Alexio a little bit here. Alexio not able to heal up the rest of their team, but their team doesn't need healing when they're getting absolutely pummeling Fever right now onto the defenders. And with that, so many members from Kryix dead. 60 and Alexio are dropped, but it's just going to be a May and Diva able to contest the point.
Unfortunately, Rymazing is in kind of a weird position. Looks like he's just going to try and throw himself at the point. And unfortunately, it looks like they're just going to have to back out and hope they don't get staggered.
Yeah, they're certainly going to be rushing for it. However, it's looking questionable if the point can even be captured in better time for Shattered Dreams. Kryix having such a blazing offense. And with this, we're seeing the timer tick down closer and closer.
Yeah, and as we can tell that the time is basically even at this point. Kryix Esports is already guaranteed they will have a better time than Shattered Dreams, which honestly is the first time besides the very first map of this entire round they've been ahead.
Certainly. And as we get moving, we're expecting a few ultimates to come out. We do see quite a few on the board. 6 by my quick eye. 60 going to be popping the first. Wisp to respond. Diva bombs coming out. Wisp finds 2, including Vanguard on the D-mech Diva. No remeching for that baby. And with that, the defense continues to hold. This is only growing better for them in favor of time clock.
Yeah, and it's a concerning fact that they're now down to 255 left to capture all 3 ticks at this point. Kryix has to be feeling pretty good about themselves, and Shattered Dreams is just looking for any possible opportunity to take this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Shattered looking for any opportunity they can get. They have that nano moving forward. We're gonna see which path they take. It looks like they're debating between elevator and main gut. And it looks like they're going to go with the main gut. A little bit more of a direct route. Amazing. Not going to be able to interfere with them on that high ground as much. The rally coming out from Wolf. We've seen some great things come out of this rally. The anti going to be going on to Wolf alone. The Earth Shatter coming out, not going to be landing onto anything. Jinja perhaps getting a little bit shaken by that play. This rally still giving a lot of people the armor, and the first kill goes onto the defense right now, but it needs to happen quicker. And with Jinja being frozen in place, Amazing able to claim it back. Not quite fast enough for the offense, and they're getting close to hemorrhaging time here, Kong.
Yeah, with Shattered Dreams now under 2 minutes to even get 1 tick at this point, Kryix is feeling really confident now, considering the fact that no matter where Shattered Dreams goes, they just have their number and they know exactly where they are.
They certainly do. They certainly have been. And it seems like these teams have been pretty even in committing those ultimates. We're gonna have to see if this fight changes anything up. Maybe we see Shattered Dreams try to conserve a few more for that final push. Minute 30 left on the clock. And immediately OP pushed off high ground, has those boosters to get back up though. Amazing freezing Vanguard, saved barely by Alexio getting the healing nade on them. However, has to take the bail off the high ground. No members falling just yet. However, as I say that, Alexio getting demented with some good old rifle fire. And as OP gets D-Max, we're going to be seeing the Blizzard come out. Nothing to stop it. It looks like finally this might be Shattered Dreams' opportunity here. Nothing really to come back quick with. Spike has the Earth Shatter, but other than that, OP has the Diva Bomb. Does look like anybody's going to be able to touch, however. Oh, in fact, they will.
Yeah, actually, with a few last-second staggers, it appears Kryix is going to try and drain the last 50 seconds off of this clock. It could be done.
It certainly can. The Blizzard coming out, taking down Jinja. That is crucial. The first domino might be key to falling here. OP dropping the Diva Bomb, zoning out just a little bit of space on the point. And with Dash falling, that is not great. This offensive team wants to try to hold as many people on point as possible, but the kills coming through fast enough will work. A minute going to be refunded on the clock, putting the side of Kryix at almost 4 minutes here, Kong.
Yeah, with Shattered Dreams capping it right at 30 seconds, due to the rules of 2CP, they immediately get refunded up to a minute, which gave 30 more seconds onto Kryix. So Kryix is basically just going to have another round as if nothing has even happened.
Yeah, Kryix, if they can make this first point defense as solid as their last one, they will be in the opportunity to have a fairly easy time on Volskaya. I mean, if you have 4 minutes to capture a first tick, yeah, you're probably going to get it if I'm being curt here. But that being said, these teams going to be getting ready for battle. We have about 40 seconds before those doors open up, folks. And I know I've said it before, but now more than ever, we're seeing some nutty plays come out now. It feels like from both sides. Be sure to get those votes in while you can. Who knows how long these teams are going to keep rolling it out for.
Yeah, and if you had to pick an MVP at this point, even though the match isn't over, who do you think it would be?
See, whenever I see Alexio on a team, I know that there's going to be some big anti-nades landed, and I feel like we've been seeing that consistently. I also like the positioning of this Ana. It might be commonplace Ana positioning, but I'm really liking it. Wolf as well on the Brig, a fairly decent choice. In similar kind, I think that they're utilizing the Brig fairly well.
All right, and here we go. As the doors are opening, it appears we're going to see about the same things that were ran last time. We have Demented all the way over on the side, looking for the potential Symmetra TP. He knows what's up.
Yeah, certainly understanding the tricky methods that might come through here. The tank's getting caught up on Dash's wall, however, not going to be too much of a bother for them. They can certainly take a few shots. And with this, you got to think Shattered Dreams has a little bit of a different game plan coming forward here. These rotations are taking a little bit of time, though. Once again, a little bit of a headstrong charge coming in from Spike, not going to be landing onto anything. Alexio, dangerously low Q-tip, taken down by Spike, finding some value on that Reinhardt, and now it's getting a little bit ugly for Shattered Dreams. They are losing members, and this is not what they need. They have almost 15 seconds left on the clock, and 4 members stuck in this small room. The pin onto 60. Wolf, the only drop coming in onto the defense. That is the only bit of respite that the offense is going to have. The Lucio on point, Q-Tip trying to make something happen, trying to get any progress they can.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams really put themselves in a corner there, and Spike opting to just swing at a dead corpse instead of going to the point. This might be Shattered Dreams' chance.
It certainly can be. There are a few members coming in, but Spike cleaning up a Vanguard as well with the Hammond coming in, the Wrecking Ball coming in, just trying to spin around on point. Might not be long. Dash on this Doomfist. You gotta think it's not gonna be the most valuable pick here, but 60 coming in strong, getting 4 kills off the back of it. Almost solo clearing out the point of Kryix team members. And with that, they're actually gonna get progress. And it looks like they're gonna get first point as well. Incredible, Kong.
Yeah, and as I stated, with Spike just opting to chill in the corner and swing on a dead corpse, the game's not over until you hear Athena tell you that you're going to the next round.
Yeah, nothing is set in stone here until that timer reaches 0 and the overtime clock has burned down. One more push, this time from the side of Shattered Dreams. Can they make it happen? 10 seconds on the clock. Somebody has to get to point.
Yeah, they're probably going to be sending Q-Tip up to the point. It looks like there's the beat coming out, and now all of Shattered Dreams is coming down to point.
Yeah, a rather early sound barrier, a sleep dart onto Jinja, and then quickly another Earth Shatter Spike cleaning up with that Wisp, quick to help out as well. Vanguard throwing the Diva Bomb, trying to find something, but the quick response from Op as well says, hey, I have a Diva as well. I can throw that bomb equally good. Vanguard, the last one to fall on point, and with that overtime burns down. Kryix holding it with just 3 points.
Yeah, and with 4 minutes left, basically 4 minutes left on the clock for Kryix, we could really see them try anything here. They could try and do a sneaky sim strat. They could try and do an attack torb, you know? We here at Star Esports love attack torb. Yeah, you know, they could probably fiddle around for a minute, get an idea of what Shattered Dreams is doing, and then go back to spawn, change it up if it's not working.
Yeah, a lot of people like to throw out that 2-minute mark for building up ultimates. I say if you're a Reinhardt, you can probably cut that down by a few seconds, maybe a team fight or so if you're really aggressive, as we've seen Jinja be. But, you know, 2 minutes, it gives you opportunities to build up some ults. And then with 4 minutes, it gives you the opportunity to build up those ults. If that push doesn't work, well, you can switch on to something else if you're feeling desperate. Although it seems like these teams are feeling pretty comfortable on the May McCree.
Yeah, May McCree is just so dominant in this meta right now. I mean, sure, you don't see it that much in the Overwatch League. Because, you know, in the Overwatch League, they'll just play like whatever. But here at Star Esports, you see quite a bit of May McCree because each one wants to try and one-up each other to show just who is the better one.
Yeah, it certainly seems like the case. And folks, I know we're blowing up chat right now, or we're blowing up the vote channel right now. But we are loving to see that. We love seeing the community engagement as well. So as we get ready to go into this perhaps final round here, we're going to be seeing Shattered Dreams on the defense. They have to hold for a monumental 4 minutes, even if they get the draw.
Yeah, and it looks like Q-Tip of Shattered Dreams is actually opting to go on the brig. They seem to know what Kryix is doing with it, and they're like, hey, we can do that better.
Now they're certainly going to have to put their money where their mouth is for this hold, and it seems like Shattered Dreams is going to be a little bit more aggressive at holding at this gate. A little bit more of the commonplace ladder strat, I like to say, holding, you know, right around truck instead of allowing the rotations to come through. Wisp taken down by 60 off the back of a nice fire strike, dealing a decent amount of damage, and with that, offense going to back off, decide that they don't need to take this fight yet.
Yeah, Kryix Esports realizing, yeah, we lost a couple people, so let's just kind of regroup, check our options, and just go right back in.
Yeah, certainly. As the regroup comes in, the early armor pack onto one of the tanks, keeping them alive, able to tank a little bit more damage, as the name might imply. And now we're seeing the aggressive push through the choke, and the McCree not quite able to do anything behind this May wall brought up by Dash. And Wisp taking down 60. Maybe I spoke a little bit too soon. One McCree will certainly be brought out of the fight, but it was not the one sectioned off by the May wall. Earthshatter coming in from Jinja, not quite able to land onto anything as Spike has that shield up, prevents that value from coming in for the ultimate. Vanguard focusing down Wolf. A lot of healing charge dropped out of this fight. Alexio has that nano boost ready to drop. In fact, will drop it onto Q-Tip, the Brig, on a rally, on a nano boost, trying to do their best to hold out. Vanguard going to be dropping the Diva Bomb as well, de-meching OP. And with that, this fight is looking so scrimmy right now. The Blizzard trying to be played around a baby D.Va and a Lucio versus a McCree and a D.Va. Wolf trying to come back into the fray, popping a rally, and it looks like the rest of their team will begin to join them. 60 forced out, forced off, and forced into the ground. Vanguard quickly ejected, and Jinja gotta be taking a pin, but it only helps to secure their fate as OP piles bullets into their back.
Yeah, I must say this fight honestly looked like one of my ladder matches where it becomes a 2v2 and then they just kind of throw the ults at each other as the rest of the team comes in, and then they just trade more and more kills.
Yeah, and with this, we're seeing a very good position for Kryix. We are potentially in the range of them being able to take their map, making it a 2-1 situation against Shattered Dreams. We're definitely going to want to see if they have what it takes, but we need to have them handle Volskaya first. As we see them, it looks like they're debating taking the elevator. In fact, all of them taking the elevator. Rising using the Maywall just to get themselves up in time with their team. And Spike still has this Earth Shatter, didn't throw it. Jinja, however, all ready to match as well. This fight going to be going underway. A Maywall coming in. The Earth Shatter almost coming in, only catches Wolf, but Jinja getting a little too aggressive, a little too headstrong coming in. Not going to be able to defend against the opposing Earth Shatter, and the trades are going in back and forth, but remember, the side of Kryix only needs a 1 tick, and they're so close to getting a 60, just needs to be cleaned up off point, cleaned up, and Kryix taking their first map of the night. We're at 2-1 territory. Are we potential for reverse sweep here, Kong?
I mean, anything is possible at this point, especially watching Kryix really turn it around on 2CP. I mean, I'm going to call it now. I'm sure Shattered Kryix is not going to ban a 2CP, so this is now their favored. And I'm pretty sure Shattered Dreams is not even going to think about picking another, or whatever the third last map for 2CP is at this point.
Yeah, that would be Temple of Anubis, I believe, and 60 just coming in there with a couple of revolver shots from the Peacekeeper, laying him down, putting him in the ground. Consistent performance, I'd say, from this player coming forward, as we've seen pretty regularly. But yeah, I have to certainly agree. You got to think that maybe Assault's not going to be your go-to if you're on the side of Shattered Dreams. I think Kryix certainly has, kind of whittled themselves away from many options.
Yeah, I also feel like Shattered Dreams really went into Volskaya a little overconfident, which Kryix was able to easily capitalize on, because honestly, I don't think Spike, besides the one shatter that Ginja canceled, ever let Ginja shatter him besides that one.
Yeah, it was I think we're seeing Spike kind of realize how they can play against Jinja, and I'm really liking it. I like seeing that, hey, we can't beat them in the aggressive play like we saw on King's Row. Instead, we have to be a little bit more methodical about it. Instead of trying to match the aggression, you have to try to counter it, and I think that Spike's doing a really good job of that.
Yeah, and speaking of map bans, before we can even discuss it, Kryix immediately calling out that they want to ban Busan. So they know something about Busan that Shattered Dreams does that they really don't want to go up against.
Yeah, maybe they've been reviewing some old footage. Maybe they just have an inkling that Shattered Dreams would really thrive there. Maybe they're even just trying to drain all the control point maps. You got to think that Shattered Dreams' aggressive playstyle might lead themselves a little bit more towards that map favoritism.
Yeah, and so with it currently being 2-1 in favor of Shattered Dreams, with Kryix just winning the map, in case you're just now tuning in. I mean, Shattered Dreams, you gotta be thinking, are they nervous? Are they still confident? What do you think's going on through their minds?
Absolutely. Well, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, the mental game can play quite a bit in here. I think that they're going to be comfortable, right? You still have 1 or 2 games of buffer before the sweat really starts dripping down your neck. But with that, you kind of have to reset your mindset from what it was in Volskaya. You have to move on to whatever the next map may be and just kind of try to truck through it, push forward, and make something happen that you made happen before. You made it happen on Oasis. You made it happen on King's Row. You just need to replicate those maps. I think if you can stay objective and stay focused, they'll have no problem with it.
Yeah, and as we're still waiting for Shattered Dreams to opt onto whatever map they wish to pick, it could really be anything going on here. What map do you think they're going to go to?
It is tough to say. I think I want to lean towards Lijiang. I mean, it might just be because, the meme Waltham loves Pharah on Lijiang, but genuinely, I think that if you're going to go control, there's only, I believe, one map to do that on, and it's going to be not Lijiang, excuse me.
All right, and we do currently, from Shattered Dreams, have a sub coming in place of Ginja. So we're going to be having the player Noro taking the place of Ginja. Ginja might be a little might be a little nervous after that last map.
Yeah, not sure if it's just maybe some fatigue setting in, or if they might be opting for a different strategy. Maybe Noro has a little bit different of a skill set here, and it looks like the call is going to come in from Shattered Dreams for that map pick, and it looks like it's going to be Li Zhong. I guess we're taking turns being the psychic this time around, Kong. Who knew that casters were such big brains? I didn't.
I mean, hey, you're looking at two of the smartest casters in Star Esports at the moment. I mean, hey, Overwatch League, I know you need some casters. I mean, right here for it.
That being said, we are ready to go. Li Zhong Tower going to be going underway here. A brief pause, but we'll be hopping right into it. And it looks like we're going to be starting on Command Center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Command Center is the indoor one, which honestly, a lot of people, from what I've heard, this isn't exactly their favorite map. So in fact, this one was played so much in the GOATS meta.
I actually love it because it enables that very aggressive swing happy style. And you know, I'm curious. You know what? It just occurred to me. Noro might be coming in because they have a ball strategy. They might have something for ball on Gardens or on Night Market, but that could leave them at a little bit of a disadvantage here if they're leaning on that. I haven't had any confirmation so far, but it doesn't look like they're quite exactly decided what they're going to do. Both teams toying around with the idea of Symmetra, which we usually see in these situations.
Yeah, and of course, as you know, with me being a big fan of Symmetra, it's going to be good to actually finally see this coming out in one of the maps that I get to cap. So, you know, as long as they actually do roll out on a sim, which, you know, anything is possible at this point, I'm going to be pretty excited.
You certainly have to think so, and even if it's just a sim teleporter drop, then quick switch onto Reaper, which it looks like it certainly is going to be for... No, they're going to be sticking with it on Kryix, it seems. It's just going to be the swap coming in from Shattered Dreams. Kryix might have a secret weapon here. They might be leaning a little bit on Noro's shield, trying to build up that sim charge, and it certainly seems like they will. It's going to be the side of Kryix taking first possession of point. Noro going to be put in a very precarious position, taken down, but so is Wisp. That Symmetra beam not going to be cutting through those shields any longer. The mini turrets trying to build up some ult charge, not going to quite be finding it, but Wisp building up some massive charge, 73% to ult already. This fight is getting so scrimmy right now. 60 trying to find that value with the Reaper, but not quite comfortable enough to tuck in and really get those shotguns blasting. Finds the side of Spike, going to be pumping their chest and belly full of those Hellfire shotguns. And with this, nobody's captured point, that is, until the very last moment when Shattered Dreams finally gets possession. 60 going to be taking the drop here, and it looks like this might be another turnaround for the side of Kryix. It may have gone only slightly in favor of the team of Shattered, but they might have it turned around as quickly as they capped it.
Yeah, with Kryix now just doing the little cleanups, especially with their respawns coming back from Shattered Dreams, the sim is actually a really smart pick here, especially on Control Center, because you just get so much zoning with these turrets, and that's really what helped them win the fight here.
Yeah, absolutely, you have to think so. And Wisp using the wall, not going to have it for this next fight. Instead, we'll be setting up a peculiar teleporter. Not sure if they're trying to set up for some clever... They might be trying to set up for a clever Earth Shatter. We'll have to see how it operates here. I see Spike kind of hovering around that. Going to the teleporter, trying to land the Earth Shatter. Doesn't land anything, though. Noro too quick to react. The sound barrier coming in from Demented, keeping everybody on the side of Kryix alive. Noro, however, going to be charging into Spike, getting them both knocked down. However, something is to be said for Wolf, who is just pumping their team full of healing. The Diva Bomb, not going to be finding any value, however, Spike getting the cleanup onto Q-Tip, and with this, it's Kryix continuing to hold.
Yeah, Kryix doing a really good job with the sim. I mean, the TP was a good idea, but unfortunately, one thing a lot of people forget with sim is that your TP and your turrets make a lot of noise while they're deployed, which really kind of gives away some really sneaky strategies.
It really can, and it was such a shame. I was looking forward to seeing a big shatter come through from Spike, but maybe we can see some bigger ult plays coming in this fight.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to be setting up for it again. Here comes the charge onto Alexio. Spike getting the big boy charge.
Yeah, and off the back of that, Noro will be getting the shatter onto 2 or 3 members, but will not be long for this world as Spike swings into them, kept alive by the coalescence from Wolf. It looks like that was enough for the side of Shattered Dreams. They're going to pull back and rear again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Wisp did die late in that fight, so he is on his way back. And unfortunately, he doesn't have teleported because it was left up from the previous fight.
Yes, and we will be seeing a few ultimates now on both sides. Shattered Dreams are ready to rock with that Diva self-destruct, the Nano boost, the Death Blossom. Death Blossom Nano, a very powerful combo. 60 setting up for a back teleport. We're giving themselves away a little bit early by firing those shotguns, perhaps preemptively. The Shatter trying to go on to 60 doesn't land. Instead, the spin to win mechanics coming out. 60 going to be taking out Wisp and OP with that cleaning up spike off the back. And it looks like that was enough for Kryix to drop here. Amazing getting a few kills. Doesn't look like it's going to quite be enough. They might try to stall out as long as possible, but they're already at 99. They're going to feel confident about that.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams player 60 just opting to drop the Nano Death Blossom. Basically, as we used to call it back in Season 2, the Beyblade form onto just solo ulting Wisp was very unfortunate until Demented did accidentally boop them into his own team, which, you know, we don't talk about that as Lucio players.
Sometimes it happens. It happens to the best of us and sometimes to the worst of us. But that being said, I'm sure these teams will be shaking it off. Dash going to be using another Mei Blizzard, taking down Amazing, and this time around that Mei not going to be able to build up her ult charge in turn. And with this, again, the aggression coming out from the now defending team of Shattered. And it looks like now it's going to be a little bit of Kryix on the back foot.
Yeah, and Kryix is looking to find a way to pierce this defense at the moment. Honestly, like, playing the sim, you could try and TP around, but unfortunately with how loud and located it is... Oh, there it goes, actually, going onto the...
And they're going to be trying to land it. Q-Tip throwing that sound barrier in. The Symmetry wall coming in. Not going to quite bisect point, but will bisect this vital hallway. The Diva Bomb coming out doesn't quite seem to find enough. Wisp taking down Dash, however. A big anti-nade coming in from Alexio again. I talk about it every time. This player seems to know those anti-nade angles. 60 continues to clean up with this Reaper, however. Anti-healing's only as nice as the damage applied towards it. Amazing throwing in a late Blizzard, and you gotta think that might have been a desperation ult. Dash coming in on the Doomfist, trying to secure point, get in just a little bit faster as well. Wisp throwing in the Tracer as well. 60 gonna be Death Blossoming in off the back of an Earth Shatter coming in from Noro, and with that, it was looking very sketchy, but Shattered Dreams managing to pull it back.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate as the sim main that I am seeing Kryix Esports break out the sim and, you know, really doing a really good job, but unfortunately in the end it just didn't work out, which very upsetting to see.
Yeah, you hate to see it sometimes, but best laid plans of mice and men often go to waste. That being said, we will be moving on to Night Market. And overall, I think I could use a break after all that sim action here. I know you're still a big rootin' fan of it, Kong.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, especially with Night Market, this is probably one of my favorite control maps to play for Symmetra, because you can just easily TP onto the point through the window, and you can just have a TP setup that no one's really going to look at.
Well, we will certainly be seeing if Wisp opts for that Symmetra once again. It seems like that will be the case. Setting up the teleporter rather quickly, they hop right onto point, and we see Noro trying to get aggressive, trying to push in and swing. 60, however, going to be the first one to find kills. Demented going to be taken off that Lucio roll for about 7 seconds. And with this, the flooding of aggression coming in from Shattered Dreams, this is what we talked about. This map type just absolutely favors aggressive playstyles.
Yeah, and that was exactly what I was talking about as well, especially with this Symmetra just TPing into the window and looking at the entire ult economy. Okay, well, before Wisp whipped off Sim, he was already at 50% with just one team fight that he even did get picked off pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at some high-intensity gameplay. The swaps coming in going to be a little bit ult changing here. It's going to be Kryix suffering for perhaps a few fights as they try to rebuild those ultimates. Maywall coming out means that McCree will be separated from the rest of his team. However, it's going to be Noro gets frozen down and locked in place. Not punished too much because of that. In fact, we'll be getting the kill onto Spike early on. The second time is the charm as that freeze does come in and get the kill. No main tank to hold for either side. Instead, the regroup will be coming in. It looks like this fight's kind of breaking out. It seems like the side of Kryix doesn't know where they want to fight, but Alexio caught out of place by Wolf. I believe it was a whip shot off the map. And we're seeing Demented trying to play around these DPS, trying to get the boops onto them. Not quite able to find them, however, 60 gonna be one of the last ones to fall. This point clipping right around that 50% mark. You gotta expect as soon as Q-Tip and Dash are off.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams honestly just kind of throwing bodies at the point at this point in time just to really get more percentage. Man, that's a tongue twister.
It certainly is, and What's not a tongue twister or at all difficult to understand is that Shattered Dreams are going to be working with a war chest. They're going to be having 5 ultimates online: the Noon, the Blizzard, the Barrier, the Nano, any other ultimate you can think of with the exception of the Diva Bomb, which is already online. Noro taking down Amazing rather early. Despite a Blizzard coming out, we're going to be hearing 60 pop that High Noon, trying to find anything. Find Spike. The Barrier drops for just a second, and the capitalization is there for it. Wolf so close to getting focused down, cleaned up by Alexio with a swift anti-nade. OP focused down by some May Frost, and with that, it's going to be OP. It looked like they were trying to stagger out OP, but then realized, oh, wait a minute, this isn't King's Row. It's now going to be Amazing, just trying to hold point with this May, the stalliest of characters sometimes.
Yeah, and I was spectating Wisp during the High Noon, and I must say that had to be the fittest window of opportunity I've ever seen for that High Noon to come out.
It certainly was not enough. However, Wisp not able to find that value with the High Noon. However, both Kryix looking healthily towards their next one.
Yeah, especially with Wisp already at 71%. Now actually climbing pretty quickly. Looks like Kryix here is going to be looking to get another High Noon real fast to help take this point.
Yeah, Noro actually dropping the Earth Shatter. However, it looks like the May wall was there in spite of Spike taking a little bit of a nap on point. A lot of the members of the attacking team in Kryix disabled and low health. Wisp as well needs to be very careful. Spike can't get healed up, but OP in there to take the charge for them. Gonna be bullied by this May right now. Dash trying their best to just deny this Diva as much value as possible. Q-Tip as well, just skating around trying to find anything. However, takes a quick jump off the map as the point does get flipped, and now we've got to see Kryix hold this for the rest of the map.
Yeah, Shattered Dreams is looking for one more fight so they can go home happy and go face Citizens in the semifinal round. I mean, this is still anyone's match at this point, especially looking at the ult economy for both teams.
It rightly is, and the High Noon coming in once again from 60. See if it can find anything. The Maywall coming in, a little bit of damage onto Wisp, but not enough. Wolf cleaning up Noro, that main tank being gone for the side of Shattered Dreams is not going to be the most opportunistic.
Yeah, and even looking at the ult economy after that interesting fight where nobody actually died, we have Alexio on the Ana with that ult for the side of Shattered Dreams, and especially looking at Kryix with Bomb and Beat getting ready, and Spike almost having his Earth Shatter ready.
Yeah, Demented playing a little bit high risk there, staying up on the high ground with the Lucio to try to boop off any opponents. The Earth Shatter coming in from the Spike, not going to find anything. However, Noro still the first to fall. Team's looking pretty even now, 4 members on the field. And Wisp trying to drop the High Noon, doesn't find anything. This is going to be the fight that determines it. Can the Brig and May hold out? Alexio gets dropped. And with this, we're seeing the stall characters come out. Will anybody be able to touch? They will not. And it's a 1-to-1 Kryix versus Shattered here on Lijiang.
Yeah, so that means last we're going to be going to Gardens of Lijiang. And honestly, like, I don't know who's going to win this one. This is still in favor of anyone. Kryix might actually be setting up for a reverse sweep here.
Yeah, certainly would be a very thrilling match to see coming through this losers bracket. I said it before, these teams got everything riding on the line. They're certainly going to be looking to put in every tooth, nail, eye gouging, whatever they got to do to win this. And I think we're seeing it pulled out here with maybe some Pharah.
Yeah, Gardens is a very popular Pharah map just because you have that entire little pun thing that sits around the point that just, oof, it hurts whenever you fall in.
It certainly does. It does enough to kill even the beefiest of targets. We're going to be seeing Dash take quickly to the sky, followed up by Q-Tip in tow, their wingman, if you will. And smartly so. It seems like the side of Kryix has opted to take the indoor route. You don't want to risk taking that extra splash damage from Dash. 60 as well on this Tracer, not to be unspoken, finding a lot of value. Has to play very carefully around this McCree, however. Wisp, OP, and Wolf all taking a big anti-nade. Amazing taking it as well, but has the Ice Cryo form to wear it off of themselves rather quickly. OP going to be the only one taking an anti-nade this time around. However, not many members suffering from the side of Shattered Dreams. It looks like they're playing this slow, and it's working out for them so far.
Yeah, one thing that Shattered Dreams has realized that if you're going to play the Pharah, you have to focus out whoever the opposing hit scan is, because with the hit scan still on the team, you have a big chance of losing that fight. But just picking off Wisp first really gave Shattered Dreams that upper hand there.
Certainly, and Dash going to be brought back up. It will be the long walk coming in from Alexio. Shadow Dreams getting some point percentage rather. Dash taking Rymazing on a trip. Gonna go inspect the ponds a little bit here as that May gets thrown into the water. And with that, another regroup from the side of Kryix.
Yeah, and as I was saying, that water down there deals so much damage that not even an ice block can save you at that point. And ice block, I mean, you know, it makes you immune to everything.
And we're forgetting here, ice floats, so that this water's doing. They got something in the water, and it's critically effective. Rymazing taking an early anti-nade. Dash trying to throw the rocket barrage in, only gonna find Wolf. Cleans up Rymazing off the back end. Wisp perhaps trying to claim that Pharah as well, not quite able to. Does eventually get their vengeance. Spike and OP brought dangerously low off the back of an Ana nade, but not quite able to be brought back down. Kryix might have some swing back potential here off the back of some solid shots from Wisp and some good healing and conservation from the tanks.
Yeah, once again, it looks like Kryix Esports is just going to bring this back once again. They really want to set up for this nice reverse sweep, but it looks like we're actually going to be seeing a Primal come. Oh my god.
Yeah, Noro going to be knocking Demented into the pool as you hear it ever so often, those horrifying screams. And still no flip for the side of Kryix. That is brutal. Rymazing trying to get away with just 7 points, not going to be successful, as it's going to be another brutal regroup from Kryix.
Well, once again, another commentator's curse. I said they had the point, and then Nora just jumps in, Primal Rages, gets the pick on Demented, and that just pretty much shut down the entire chance that Kryix had.
Yeah, certainly. It seems like Dash able to get a lot of value with this Pharah and distract the rest of the team. Wisp trying to go for the high noon. Dash just drops a bunch of Justice droplets right on his head. Rymazing quickly to follow. And Alexio going to be dropped, but I don't think that the side of Shadow Dream is going to be too bothered by that, as we are now getting towards that stagger phase that we are seeing come out from the side of Kryix. Anything has to go here. Spike on this Wrecking Ball as well, doing a spin to win mechanic here, trying to just make it happen. Anything that this Wrecking Ball tank player can do, they will attempt here, and it's now going to be OP tagging in onto the point. Wisp getting a kill, but quickly cleaned up by Vanguard. The Lucio as well there to try to help their team out. Wolf with the Coalescence trying to laser down Kamehameha. Anybody who can come in on the point. OP managed to stay on this point for quite a long time, but Noro popping another Primal Rage to try to batter and bruise anybody on point. Dash going to be on the receiving end of that Nano. Swinging and trying to drop as many rockets, getting the double, or rather the cleanup onto OP and doing a significant amount of damage. The rocket barrage dropping onto Spike. Dash having a little bit of a seizure moment here, throwing those rockets around and helping Shadow Dreams win this battle 3-1.
Yeah, with that victory, Shadow Dream moves into the top 3 position, going to be playing against Citizens this Wednesday here on Star Esports. Make sure you don't miss it.
Yeah, as well, sure to not miss some of these play of the games. 60 dropping that Bay Blade right in the back. Again, the boop from Demented, pushing them just that extra inch that they needed to get OP. And with that, folks, we are getting towards the end of our production, so make sure you get those MVP votes in at the last minute. Every vote matters. And with that, we will be asking the MVP to come in here and hang out with us for just a little bit and get a few words from the players on the field.
Yeah, looking at all these players, it's only going to be a really close call as to who the MVP could possibly be. If I had to pick one from each team, man, that's going to be a really hard choice.
Yeah, certainly a lot of good candidates, no doubt about that. And folks, as I now catch my breath from that very intense Gardens Point on Lijiang Tower, I want to give you guys a friendly reminder as well. If you're liking what you're seeing, you want to show some support to Star Esports, be sure and follow us on Twitter, follow us here on Twitch as well. Be sure and check out our YouTube if you want to catch any of our past games. We love having you guys. We love hanging out with you. And speaking of hanging out, I'm hoping we're going to get the results back from that interview poll here, or the MVP poll, I should say. To know who we're going to be hopping into chat with. I'm sure our producer will let us know here in just a few moments, Kongman.
Yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward, because honestly, MVP could really go to anyone. Looking, now that I'm actually able to see the rosters just in my face right now, for the side of Kryix, I probably have to get to OP once again, even though he was the MVP last week. It doesn't mean he can't get it 2 games in a row.
Sure.
And on the Shattered Dreams, I'd probably have to say Alexio, just because those on and aids were just so crucial.
Yeah, and as a little bit of a different category, most improved throughout the course of this match, I definitely would have to say it was Spike. I liked the way they kind of adapted to the play style coming in from Jinja. At first, we saw them trying to match it, but then they realized that wasn't the way. I kind of harped on that a little bit earlier, so I'm not gonna go into it too much. But overall, some stellar gameplay coming in. And I'm actually getting news that this is something I've not been privy to before, but it sounds like, Kongman, we've actually had so many votes in chat, we're going to bring in 2 players from the side of Shattered Dreams.
Yeah, that's exactly what I got as well. And it's like, as you said, it is going to be 2 players from Shattered Dreams. It is going to be, first up is going to be Q-Tip, and second up is going to be Vanguard.
Yeah, going to be looking to hear kind of their takes on things. Of course, Vanguard playing primarily the D.Va this time around, Q-Tip on that Lucio flex support. And as I speak, they shall arrive. Q-Tip, Vanguard, some excellent plays coming through on Lijiang Tower. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot to kind of unpack for you guys, but overall, do you think your performance matched up with what you were expecting against Kryix?
I guess I'll go first on that. I kind of was expecting it to go like a little bit easier when it came to like us dropping one map. I didn't think we were gonna drop that map. We kind of played at a worse level than we were playing for the rest of the series, unfortunately. But after calming down, going through our strats again, and like recuperating, I think we did really well. And we were kind of expecting to win this 3-0, but we're happy with the 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. And Q-Tip, I know that I want to go ahead and ask you a question. I know that we saw after the third map, we saw a swap out. Was your team? Did they decide that Nora was just a better fit, or was Jinja just had to be pulled away? What was the thinking behind that swap that we saw come through in the main tank?
I think we like putting Noro in on the kind of like dive maps like Lijiang and stuff. So we like playing him a lot on those types of maps, those types of strats, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna give too much away there, but
that's fair. We're getting towards the
Yeah.
end of the tournament. I don't expect any spoilers here, but I gotta say, I was a little disappointed. That's kind of what I thought might be happening, but I didn't see any wrecking ball, and I was like, well, I guess this isn't the cast for that. But that being said, I want to go back to Q-Tip. I believe it was on Volskaya. We saw the flex support rather of Kryix run that Brig, and I believe you guys were running on a Lucio, and then second defense or second offense, you guys switched to the Brig. Was there a particular reasoning behind that swap?
yeah, I mean, again, I don't want to give away too much, but the Brig is just like, we just thought it was better against Lucio Brig there rather than playing Lucio, just the way that they were playing. And the Brig's a lot better at just cleaving damage when they're running in like that with the Lucio Brig comp. So, yeah.
We found a nice way to abuse the rotations there we thought of, so
Yeah.
easy.
Well, it certainly seemed like it. Kongman, what do you got for him?
Well, I do have a couple questions. The first one is congratulations on winning your match today. Now that you're in the top 3 going up against Citizens, what do you guys expect to happen on Wednesday?
So I'll answer that. Earlier in OD, we actually faced up against Citizens, and that was actually a pretty crazy match. We went 3-2 to the distance last map. So I'd say for everybody who's thinking about tuning in on a match for the OASB, that's definitely one to go for. I really respect the players under there, and I'm kind of excited to try and get another 3 victory, but not give them the 2 this time.
That's very understandable. And for my second question, going back to King's Row, whenever you all got the long 1.5 minute stagger on OP, what exactly was going through your comms at that point?
A lot of fun. Okay, so I'm a D.Va player. That happens to me. Nothing has happened to me that's that bad or long and drawn out, so I kind of felt a little bad, but we saw the opportunity and we're immediately calling it that whole way through and loving that. So sorry, other D.Va, but we had to do it to him.
I think if OP can walk away with any benefit from that, it's that they died the least of their team because they just basically got a free life throughout the rest of the fight. But yeah, some excellent games going on, or some excellent games we saw coming forth in match number 13 of All Stars Brawl number 5. Now we know that obviously the goal in Overwatch All Stars Brawl is to claim the title, claim the victory, but do you guys have any aspirations or any sights set on the horizons for what's next for Shattered Dreams?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think after this open division, it didn't go like as well as we wanted it to. We still ended in that top 32, which is pretty good for a new team just put together at the start of OD. So the thing with our team is we kind of want to stick together through like the following open divisions, so that we have an edge over those other teams who are disbanding, looking for other opportunities, dropping players, subbing people out. I think that we'll definitely have an edge in our synergy coming to next OD.
For sure.
Fantastic.
It is unfortunate seeing teams disband. I am on the receiving end of one of those. LFG, by the way. But it's really good to see that you guys are keeping this team together, especially after a pretty impressive first OD tournament as a team.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And fantastic. I want to thank you guys for hopping in here and having a few questions with us. I do want to give you guys the opportunity. I guess we'll start with Vanguard to shout out anybody that you'd like to shout out.
So one, our org, Shattered Dreams, they've been really, really good to us. They're a Toronto-based organization. They have a lot of different esports teams. 60's been in a couple of their videos too, which is kind of cool. Follow them at Twitter at @SXD_esports. Obviously, all of the players on our team, love them all. They're fantastic talent. Everyone, you should be scouting these people. And our coaching staff and management, like, they mean the world to us. They're like so good for us and help us get ourselves organized and really working hard.
Fantastic. You love to hear it. And what about you, Q-Tip? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I think same as Vanguard, the team really sticking through it, through all this stuff that's going on. And then also the fans in the OASB in the chat. I got like 250 votes or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I got 201, so thank you guys.
Shout out to everyone watching, everyone voting.
Absolute nutty coming in through there.
Yeah.
We heard that there were 2 people coming in to vote, or coming in for the interview, and I was like, something happened in the vote chat that just went wild. But once again, folks, thanks for coming in here, answering a few of our questions, and we'll give you some time to decompress after that very hard fought, I'd say, victory.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you for casting and hosting.
Absolutely.
Thank you, and good luck against Citizens on Wednesday.
Thank you.
So, Kong Man, it gets towards the end of our broadcast, and before we sign off for the night, as this was our only cast, I think that's an appreciated thing for my lungs. Let's kind of look at what's ahead, what's going to be moving forward for these teams. As we mentioned before, I believe it's going to be the winner of this, Shattered Dreams now going up against Citizens, and then the winner of that will be locked into Scion Esports. So overall, definitely some exciting stuff, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd definitely say so myself, especially coming back and looking at the bracket once again, with Citizens honestly only playing 2 games this season, with their round 2 getting a victory. No, sorry, they've won 2, lost 1, so now they're sitting into the last losers bracket round. Now they're going to be going up against Shattered Dreams, and like Shattered Dreams said, they did play against them in the open division. They beat them 3-2. Honestly, I feel like that's going to be the closest match out of this entire bracket.
So if you're a fan of what we saw here with the potential for some reverse sweeps, we got even more high intensity action coming to you. As we mentioned, the 26th at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I believe the 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern are going to be the losers bracket finals and the grand finals, if my dates and times are correct, which I believe they are. But for that being said, I believe we are about ready to sign off. Kong, you want to go ahead and do the honors?
Well, once again, just like I stated last week, this has been an amazing stream. I feel like I'm just kind of repeating myself at this point. Of course, Star Esports is amazing. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, all the different social medias we have. You will find them below our Twitch stream currently at the moment, and in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. My name is Big Kongman21. You can find me on Twitter at Kong_man21. I stream occasionally on Twitch at Kongman21, just basic. It's kind of whatever I feel like it. And what about you?
Likewise, I have been Sir Waltham. You can catch me on Twitch or Twitter, Sir Waltham, WALTHAM, from all of us here at the Overwatch All-Stars Brawl. Do want to give you guys a big thank you for coming in, participating, showing the players your support, and showing the community your love. But for now, we'll see you guys in the losers bracket final. But for now, take care. Have a great night, everybody.